Hello again, and thank you for taking a moment with Mel. Today, we are going to stop dreaming for our children and allow them to dream. The last time we got together, we talked about alert circles, which is surrounding our children with support so that as some things happen in life that are traumatic to them or dangerous to them, they have us around them so that it kind of insulates them. But today, we're going to talk about their dreams. In that post, I also quoted from a stanza from one of my poems, Masterpiece, Peace. It said, "Protect me on all sides, expose me to more slowly, make sure you have eyes on me, see where I lean." I was watching a Netflix series the other day, and it was Power Moves. It had Shaquille O'Neal. It was talking about him taking over as president of Reebok and trying to build the brand to where it was in the past. Now, what we're going to talk about is the fact that he and his son, Sharif, were in this particular episode that he's in a lot of the episodes, but this particular conversation happened in a particular episode. Sharif, if you know him, is a phenom from a basketball standpoint in his own right. And he kind of had a little bit of a stop in his professional trajectory. He had to have open heart surgery when he was in college. But he came through that all right, started working with his dad, but has always had those basketball full-time dreams in his heart. So he got invited to do a workout with a team, but he needed to tell his dad because they seem to have a very they do have a close relationship. And they were really, really happy about working together, but he knew that if this worked out, he probably wouldn't be working with his dad as much as he is now. So had a conversation with his dad. Dad asked him some questions, and at the end of it, towards the end of it, his dad said, "You know we don't need basketball, right?" And it sounded like something that his dad had said to him before, and he acknowledged what his dad said, but continued to tell his dad about his dream. Now, you would think that because Shaquille had done so well in basketball himself, he would want his son to go that path, but it sounded like they'd always had that conversation, and he really didn't want that life for him, especially after the open heart surgery. But after all the conversation back and forth, he ended up supporting him. Attachment versus authenticity speaks to the fact that given a choice, our children will choose attachment to us versus authenticity to themselves. If there are activities that they see that they can spend more time with us when they do them, or things that they see that make us happy, even if it goes against them being their true selves, authenticity, they will always gravitate towards attachment versus authenticity. It kind of goes back to when they were little and they needed to get our attention, and then also as they grew up and they needed that positive reinforcement in order to know that they were on that right path. So attachment is a basic human need, but as they grow up, they really would need to more lean into authenticity in order to find that true path of what it is that they were put on this earth to do. It's not something that they are doing on the conscious level. It is actually subconscious, and it is just them trying to keep their attachment to us and keep us happy. But in regards to us being their support system, we need to be able to provide those safe spaces for them. They need to have those spaces where they can not only know that they are going to continue to be attached to us, but they can start to explore their authenticity as they get older and older so that they can walk into their true peace, their true path, their true purpose. There is so much unexplored potential in this world. And I think that's part of the reason why we have a lot of people that are unhappy. There are a lot of people that really, they're doing things based on what it is that they are hearing externally, let's say, even if it is somebody that's telling them what they think they should do, making decisions based on how much money they're going to make, or how powerful it will make them, or how famous it will make them, as opposed to authenticity, which is listening to their inner voice, tapping into that Holy Spirit, that spirit that is within them, that kind of guides them. What's supposed to happen is, as they get through those basic developmental levels, they really should be reaching more towards listening to their inner voice in order for them to get to that realization of the dreams that they have for themselves. The question is, how do we support them without manipulating them? Now, the question you always have to ask yourself, and you have to ask it throughout their lives, even as they're adults, am I giving them all of the options, or am I only giving them the options that I want? Am I giving them the options based on what it is that I desire for their outcome, or am I allowing them to explore all the options that they would like to explore, and then being there as a safe space to support them as they are making those decisions for themselves, especially as they become young adults? We begin to see glimpses of what their future will be based on what they excel at. And it might take them a while to find their path, but 3 things: as long as it's legal, as long as eventually it will allow them to be self-sufficient, and as long as it makes them happy, go ahead and support them. I'm standing in a room that was designed by someone that has their bachelor's in political science, did an internship at the public defender's office, and then decided that they wanted to pursue a career in interior design. And just as I said, we saw glimpses of who he would be all throughout his life. He always had an impeccable sense of style. He has always done art throughout his life. And even when he came to me and he said to me, this is what I want to do, and I need to develop a project. Can I develop your office? Can I design your office for you? I was like, sure. So we got together and we did a budget, and he sent me the initial design, and he locked himself up in here for a couple of months, and he did everything that he needed to do. He even made it a surprise for me at the end. But this was part of his submission for his master's program. So he's all finished with that school now, and he has done an amazing job. He's working with a company that he really loves. And because of him listening to his inner voice, him making sure that he was true to his authentic self, that and some other key decisions that he has made that have been very brave decisions that he has made. He is the happiest that I have ever seen him, and I am so excited for his future, just based on the fact that he decided to listen to his inner voice. But again, remember, we have to create those safe spaces for our children where they feel comfortable coming to us and changing directions. I know grown people that are changing careers. So if our young people are coming to us and letting us know, I thought I wanted to do this, I thought I wanted to be a lawyer, but I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. I think I want to follow this part of my passion. If our children are coming to us and it's legal, it's something that will make them self-sufficient, and it will make them happy, support them. I'm going to end with a line from one of my favorite poets, who happens to be the person that person was named after. My Khalil was named after Khalil Gibran. The line from the poem is, "You are the bows from which your children, as living arrows, are set forth." This room is the final product, and you can also see some of his other creations.